Yo, what's up gamers? So, I walked into the break room to grab a quick snack, and the vending machine is completely wiped out. Not broken, just empty. So I'm standing there like an idiot wondering who raided the place, when I look over and see Sharon from marketing posted up like she owns the room. 3 snacks, a giant coffee, laptop wide open, acting like the break room is her personal office. When I look at her screen, I see she's absolutely cooking through the Amazon Prime Gaming April drops for 2026. Clicking claim on everything like it's Black Friday and she's in a trance. Not reading the descriptions, not checking genres, just hoarding. So before Sharon adds another 12 games to her digital graveyard, I'll play it someday. Do me a favor, hit like if you do this too, subscribe if you're building the same backlog, and tell me in the comments down below, are you actually playing these games, or are you collecting them like Sharon does? Alright, quick side note for anyone living under a rock. Prime Gaming is the best thing Amazon ever snuck into your Prime membership. Basically every month, they drop a bunch of free games you can permanently keep. No catch, you just claim them, and they're yours forever. They show up on Epic, GOG, their own Amazon launcher, sometimes even Steam, and they rotate weekly. And if you don't feel like downloading anything, you can stream a bunch of games through Luna with your Prime account. So yeah, you originally signed up for 2-day shipping and cheap toilet paper, and somehow ended up with a massive, ever-growing backlog you'll never finish. Welcome to the club. Starting things off, this one is a true strategy classic that still holds up insanely well. XCOM Enemy Unknown Complete Pack. This is the full package. Base game, the massive enemy within expansion, and all the DLC. It's a brutal turn-based tactics game where you command a squad of soldiers fighting off an alien invasion. Every decision matters, every move is high stakes. You manage your base, research alien tech, and send soldiers into missions where permadeath is always lurking. One bad call and your favorite trooper is gone forever. This game doesn't just punish mistakes, it makes you feel them. You don't lose in XCOM, you slowly realize you already did about 6 turns ago. If you love smart, 10 strategy games, this is an absolute must play if this is your favorite type of genre. Up next, Total War Pharaoh Dynasties, the big expansion that turns this into the definitive Pharaoh experience. We're talking massive army battles across a huge expanded map, with brand new factions and deeper campaign mechanics. You're not just commanding one army anymore, you're managing entire civilizations, balancing politics, economy, religion, and giant-scale warfare all at once. It's strategy at its biggest and most overwhelming. This isn't a battle, this is paperwork with consequences. If you love grand strategy and commanding empires, this one's for the strategy diehards. Switching gears to something way more wholesome, A Rat's Quest: The Way Back Home. It's a charming story-driven platformer with a beautiful, unique art style. You play as Matt, a brave little rat risking everything for love. You're sneaking through a giant human world full of danger to reunite with his beloved mouse and find the way back home. It's a small-scale adventure packed with heart, personality, and surprisingly emotional moments. You're a rat, but somehow this feels more emotional than your last game. If you're into indie games with soul and beautiful presentation, definitely check this one out, because I'm sure indie fans will love it. Now moving on to something a little more chaotic, King of Retail. This is a store management sim where you build a business from the ground up. Stock shelves, set prices, hire staff, and deal with customers. The good, the bad, and the unhinged. It's retail simulator chaos in its purest form. You escape your real job just to come back and manage a store in your free time. If you love management sims, and maybe stress, this one's for you, sim players. Next up, Detective Agency Grey Tie, a narrative-heavy mystery game focused on investigation and slow-burn detective work. You'll gather clues, interrogate suspects, and piece together evidence, while making tough moral choices that actually matter. Thoughtful, methodical gameplay where every detail counts. You're out here solving complex crimes, while I'm still trying to figure out who stole my lunch from the office fridge. If you love story-driven games with detective vibes, this one's for you, story players. Next is Monster Harvest, a fun hybrid where farming meets monster collecting. Grow crops, build your farm, and raise adorable but battle-ready monsters to help defend it. Relaxed gameplay until things get a little chaotic. This looks peaceful until your crops start fighting back. Perfect for cozy players who want just enough action to keep it interesting. Next up, Snake Core, a minimalist strategy puzzle game that proves simple doesn't mean easy. It looks like a basic snake-style puzzle, but underneath is surprisingly deep and punishingly tricky. Every move counts, and one wrong turn can ruin your entire run. It's the definition of simple but tricky. This looks easy, and then it's not. If you're into clever, bite-sized strategy games, this one's for niche puzzle strategy fans. Next up, NeoCab, a narrative-driven game where you play as a taxi driver in a gritty cyberpunk world. No combat, no explosions, just behind the wheel, picking up passengers, hearing your stories, and making choices that shape the ride and the city. It's story over action, and it works surprisingly well. You're just driving people around, but somehow it's still stressful. If you're story-focused and love atmosphere and tough conversations, this one's worth a look. Then we have Pale the Beyond, a brutal survival strategy game set during a frozen Antarctic expedition. You're managing a struggling crew, limited resources, harsh weather, and impossible choices as you try to push further into the unknown. Every decision carries weight, fuel, food, morale, lives. This is one of those games where every decision feels like a bad one. If you like strategy with strong storytelling and consequences, this one's for the strategy story mix folks. Next, Fantasy General, a true old-school strategy classic with that pure retro feel. Turn-based battles, army management, fantasy campaigns, no hand-holding. It takes you straight back to the 90s PC gaming era. This feels like a game your manager used to play back when he was still cool. If you love retro strategy gems, this one's definitely worth checking out. And finally, KinnikuNeko Super Muscle Cat. Yes, that's the real title. An absurd action platformer where you play as a ridiculously jacked anime cat, punching, jumping, and flexing your way through pure chaos. It's weird, over the top, and completely unhinged in the best way. I don't even know what this is, but I respect it. If you want something wild and hilarious, this is your wild card pick. Now for the last one, Pinball Spire. This is pinball mixed with progression and roguelike elements. You launch the ball up a massive ever-changing spire, smashing targets, unlocking upgrades, and climbing higher each run. Perfect for quick sessions, but dangerously addictive. You came to play one round, and suddenly it's 45 minutes and you're still saying one more run. Well, that's it for this month's Amazon Prime gaming drops in 2026. We had everything from brutal strategy classics, to muscle cats, to emotional rats. There's something here for pretty much everyone. Well, that's all I have. I gotta bounce. Before sharing clears out the entire vending machine and claims every game in existence. Make sure you actually claim the ones that look good, or at least the ones you'll pretend to play later. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe for more monthly Prime gaming roundups, and drop a comment down below. Which game are you actually claiming this month? Or are you just collecting like Sharon? This is Scruffy the Janitor signing off. Peace out.